It's really hard to pick a favorite tractor out of all the great ones that we've got on ModHub, but these 10 are some of the best out there. Hey, what's going on everybody? DjGoHam here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the top 10 large tractors of Farming Simulator 19 for all platforms. These are just my personal preferences and what I think has benefited the community the most, whether it's customization, functionality, or maybe just something that was highly requested that finally made its way into the game. Cough, cough. 9R. Obviously, there's plenty more top 10 tractors out there and all kinds of crazy stuff, and there's too much for us to talk about in one video, but these are at least the top 10 that I've been able to pick out. Maybe your top 10 list for the large tractors in Farm Sim 19 is different than this, maybe completely different. Maybe we don't share any of the same. So let me know what yours is down in the comment section below. With all that being said, let's take a look at DjGoHam Gaming's top 10 large tractors on ModHub for all platforms for Farm Sim 19. At number 10, we have the John Deere 7R Trike series from EY Modding. This right here, I don't know if it changed the game, but it really brought in something unique and something completely different than we'd ever seen before. We never seen a trike or a skinny front end tractor like this in Farm Sim before, let alone for all platforms. Now, of course, PC's got all kinds of crazy stuff, but nothing like this. Nothing like this at all. EY Modding really did something really cool and unique here, and they even made a Case IH version as well. Unfortunately, that has yet to be released yet. Hopefully, it releases before the game is over. Nonetheless, this was a really neat piece of machinery. Worked exactly like you would expect it to. We have a front 3-point option, rear 3-point. I mean, it's a John Deere 7R. It's just a trike, and that's pretty cool. At number 9, we've got a pair of tractors. I guess technically maybe it's 3 different tractors total. It's the CLAAS Xerion 3000, 4000, and 5000 series from Smetty, aka CMT Software. These brought something really neat to the game that was not there for base game players. Let's say you play on Xbox and you don't have any DLCs. Well, you can't use the CLAAS stuff, can you? This option brought that into the game. Whether you were on PlayStation, PC, Mac, Xbox, it didn't matter. You got to use CLAAS equipment, and not only CLAAS equipment, however, you got to use big tractors. You got to use the Xerions. One thing I will say, these are not confirmed for Farm Sim 19, which is a little bit irritating. Nonetheless, you had a small body, you had a larger body, and then a big body. I loved it. At number 8 on our list today is the autonomous tractors, the Case IH Autonomous and the John Deere Autonomous. The John Deere was from Talon and Agri Mods, and the Case IH was from Simul Agri Modding. These introduced, actually the Case was first, these introduced yet another something different that players may or may not have been asking for, but they certainly got, and that was autonomous vehicles that could be used on any platform regardless. They still drive like normal tractors and they have zero customization across the board. So what you see is what you get on both of these. But it was really neat and brought in a whole new world of farming for us, especially big tractors. We got like 450 horsepower on the Magnum, 500 horsepower on the John Deere. I mean, these are really, really powerful machines. How's about some big buds? The Big Bud 450 1990 on the right and the 16V 747 on the left from JHHG Modding. These, I mean, they're big buds. And the great thing is, they're modified. So we've got some LSW tires, duals, big bad boys here on the 747. And then you got some little narrow trips here on the 450. These are highly underrated. I don't even think a lot of people know about these tractors, but they're modified versions, both from JHHG Modding. Did a fantastic job. You've got tons of customization on these. You can raise up the hoods and the cabins and make them go up and down, make it really do some cool roleplay stuff with these. There's so much more to these than there are for the Giants versions. And honestly, I'm surprised it took so long for these to come out. I say these to come out. I'm surprised that it took so long to get modified versions of these. Really cool stuff. Next up today at number 6, we have the Case IH Magnum US on the right and the Case IH Magnum AFS Connect on the left. Both of these are from Carl Farms. You're going to see him quite a few times on the list today. These I've probably used more than any other tractor in my personal gameplays, whether that be on screen or off screen. They offered players tons of customization, tons of flexibility, and allowed you to do things kind of the way you wanted to. You didn't have to have a Magnum that just looked normal. You could really take that mountain, turn it up to wild. All you wanted. There's like 50 or 60 different wheel options. There was a solid 50 for each one of these. Rear trips on these. You've got all kinds of track options and everything. These are really neat, and they had really nice sounds as well. So definitely, if you like case stuff and you're not using these, you should go get these. From case to John Deere, we have the John Deere 9R Series 2021 from Sid Modding, and we have the 9RT Series from Custom Modding with 3D tracks. Both of these mods kind of worlds apart. The 9RT released very early on in Farm Sim 19's life cycle, and the 9R released like a month ago or something like that. So they were really, really far apart from each other. Both, however, highly coveted by the community. The 9RT is it's one of the most massive tractors that we've got, especially tracked versions. Really cool to see that. And of course, the 9R, arguably one of the most requested tractors that we had the entire lifespan of Farm Sim 19. And both of them are here for all platforms. You kind of do whatever you want with these. And I absolutely love it. Huge shout out to both of the modders that made these. You really brought some happiness to community with these. At number 4 on our list today is probably something you didn't expect to see in this video. The JCB 8330 pack. Now this is from a lot of different modders. However, you could really tell you can take this from mild and turn it up to wild. It's got a front loader on the back really quick. This is the base version. And with all kinds of customization, you could take this all the way up to like a 585 horsepower monstrosity. All kinds of crazy wheels. You've got the front rear loader. You got a crane. You've also got a little tipper that goes on the back as well. Or you can make it just look normal and have like a really, like a sleeper tractor almost. This gave players the true unique opportunity to customize however they wanted. This is what I would love to see on every tractor in the game, but I know we can't have it. But I think players deserve this. Players deserve this kind of dedication and commitment to customization and being unique. Here's a setup that really took us by storm. At number 3 today, something that got popular super fast is the GNU Series, the 800 and the 700, with 800 and 700 horsepower respectively. Both of these go 40 miles per hour. You have tons of horsepower, quite a few customization options, not as many as you would want, I'm sure, but you've got every color under the rainbow that you want for wheels and the main color. You've got a nice tint on everything. They drive great. They handle really well. I mean, you could take this at 40 miles an hour, dig it into the ground, turn it left, and it will turn left. It's pretty ridiculous, I gotta be honest with you. Nonetheless, I mean, this Hemerson Modding made these. We've talked about them a ton in Farm Sim News and all across all mod news videos all around. These are some really cool mods, and if you guys will play on console and you don't care about using name brand stuff, get these. You will not be disappointed. That's it. Boom. At number 2 today, I've got kind of a pair, and it's more like 8 different mods together. This is going to be the CLAAS IH AFS Connect Steiger series and the New Holland T9 series. Both of these are from the same creator, so they have some similar functionality. Carl Farms and KMN Modding, they did all of these. We got 4 different frames for each model. You've got a large frame with wheels, small frame with wheels, and then the small frame with tracks, and a large frame with tracks. And you have exactly the same thing on the New Holland T9 series as well. I love these because I love New Holland, and I love massive T9s with tracks, which, by the way, this tractor was just confirmed for Farm Sim 22, so super cool there. And I love the narrow frame with tracks on the case, as well as these. There's just something about these mods together. I mean, I couldn't do it, man. They're all just so beautiful. I love both of these packs. You should get them. You can't have a top 10 list if you don't have some honorable mentions, and today's honorable mentions are the New Holland T8 series and the Deutz-Fahr 9 series. These are both from Blue Ogden Modding. They are edits, I believe, of the base game machinery. And one thing is, I will always say, this is probably the most beautiful tractor in the game. I never drive it. I don't use Deutz Fahr equipment. I could care less. But it's my favorite tractor in the game, beauty-wise. It is an absolute work of art. Similarly, the T8 from New Holland right here. I mean, it's a beast. It's probably the best sounding tractor in the game, at least to me. It sounds like all flubby and blah, 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 blah. There's something about it. Absolutely awesome. I love it, I love it, I love it. But there you go. Those are the two tractors. I had these listed at 11 and 12, put everything together, and I just couldn't do it. So I had to get them in honorable mentions. And number one on my list is going to be the John Deere 7R, 8R, 8RT, 8RX 2020 US versions and the EU versions from Sid Modding. I mean, 8RX. Do we need to say anything more than that? New versions of these dropped earlier this year. I believe these have been out for about a year or so, at least at the time of releasing this video. You got tons of stuff with these. Of course, you know, you have your 7R, your 8R, your 8RT, and your 8RX. So you have the option to get 4 large tractors that are totally different from each other that you can use on your farm the way you want and have the same customization options. These used to have 3D tracks. I don't know if he's going to be bringing those back or not. However, at least the version that we've got right now, we've got some nice 2D tracks on here and they work just fine. I say that. I think those are 3D tracks, just a different way of doing them. But there you go. That's your top 10. So there lies the question. Did this top 10 match up with your top 10? Remember, these are just mods for all platforms. There are hundreds of tractor mods out there. These are just the 10 that I was able to select for all platforms from the in-game mod hub that are available right now to download. I will say some of these are pretty heavy slotted, so be ready for that whenever you download them. Design and beauty come at a cost for sure, which is a little bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. So again, if this doesn't match up with your top 10, let me know what yours are in the comment section below. Otherwise, hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you drop a like on it, get subscribed to the channel if you're new, and join the GoHam fam. Make sure you turn your notification bells on as well so that you never miss daily farming simulator videos here on the channel. If you guys want to let me know what you want the next top 10 list to be, let me know. Probably gonna medium tractors, small tractors, combines. We'll make our way around. All being said, hope you have a great day, and we'll see you later. Peace.